Okay, call meeting to order. I make a motion to appoint Lee Bodnar as interim fiscal officer.
Second.
Trustee Knapp?
Yes.
Trustee Rivers?
Yes.
Trustee Toran?
Next we have roll call.
Trustee Knapp?
Here.
Trustee Rivers?
Here.
Trustee Toran?
Now we pledge allegiance. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Next we have agenda changes. Are there any changes to the agenda?
Under old business, item C, discussion and possible action concerning the outreach and communication committee. There's still some language that's being worked out with the grant
Correct.
initiative.
We had a meeting this morning, or
Yep.
this afternoon.
Table that, as well as item D, discussion and possible action regarding the Veterans Memorial Project. There's still some outstanding information needed for that as well.
Mr. Bodnar, do you have any changes?
I do, Chairman Knapp. Under the park report, item 7, letter B, approve Truco change order for North Orange Park, should read North Road Park. And under that same heading for park report, item C, approve pay application number 8 for Truco North Orange Park, should also read North Road Park. Under header 9, fiscal office report, item E, Isaac Miller, $30,000 legal services, should read Isaac Wiles Burkholder and Peter LLC. And then on item 10, number A, or letter A, discussion and possible action regarding new position description. I'd like to ask the board to table that for further review.
Okay.
That is all, Chairman Knapp.
I'm going to go ahead and, under fiscal office report, I guess we can take care of that later. I'm going to add under new business the IT contract with the county. So that would be item B.
Yeah.
And next we have public comments. Is there anyone from the public that wishes to comment on anything that's not on the agenda? Oh, hello, come on.
Good evening. I'm Jen Peggy with the Health District, and I actually live down the street, 801 Polaris Parkway in Columbus. And just wanted to give you a couple quick updates from the Health Department. Pretty soon, we're going to be starting to send welcome letters to everybody that buys a new house, moves into a new apartment, condo. As we have experienced a lot of growth, we wanted to make sure people are aware of what services the health department provides, so we'll be sending a welcome letter. Also included in here, and I have just a little packet for you guys to take a look at, our first quarter statistics for overdose deaths in the county. And we're going to be providing that data on a quarterly basis, and thought maybe you would find that of interest. So I will just leave this. Thank you.
Thanks. Is there anybody else? Okay, next we have approval of minutes. The May 7th, 2018 regular meeting minutes. Are there any changes or questions? Okay, make a motion to approve the May 7th, 2018 special / regular trustee meeting minutes as presented.
Second.
Trustee Knapp?
Yes?
Trustee Rivers?
Yes.
Trustee Toran?
Okay, next we have the zoning report. Ms. Bonner?
Sure. So coming up I guess 2 weeks, Tuesday, July 17th, we have zoning commission for zoning application zone -18-04 for Toy Box of Columbus. That'll be the third hearing. Following that, on Thursday, July 19th, we have 4 cases to be heard at the Board of Zoning Appeals. The first one would be the construction of a monument freestanding sign at the Triple T site at 43-3 Lewis Center Road. Second is deck variance in the Sanctuary of the Lakes community. Third is another construction of a monument sign at 7838 Green Meadows. That's the new Goldfish Swim School. They should be finishing up the building within the next week or so. Okay. And lastly, we received another conditional use for construction of a mausoleum at an existing cemetery. And then the next is zoning commission, the July 24th, at 7 o'clock. We will have 2 cases to be discussed. Rezoning application zone -18-03 at 909 Lewis Center Road. And second is Clear Creek Plain Commercial District, application number zone -17-04 will be going back to zoning commission as they have changed some of they were removing one of the parcels, so the zoning commission will make a new recommendation. Following that, the Board of Trustees will be hearing Clear Creek Single Family District. I will be asking to set a hearing date. They asked for Clear Creek Commercial to go through zoning commission first, and then I'll be asking the board to schedule both of those. And then lastly, for our long-range projects, both the comprehensive land use update and our zoning resolution, Mr. McCarthy and I have sat together and created a time frame, so we should be setting dates for those shortly.
Great. Okay, next we have discussion and possible action regarding the resignation of Genevieve Hoffman from the Board of Zoning Appeals.
Yes, we did receive an email from Ms. Hoffman stating that she is relocating outside of the township, therefore her position, or she can no longer be part of the BZA. So she has asked to resign from the board, and she was our chair, and we did reappoint a new chair last month. Mr. Ward is back to being our Board of Zoning Appeals chair. So that's all I have for that.
I make a motion to accept the resignation of Genevieve Hoffman from the Orange Township Board of Zoning Appeals effective immediately.
Second?
Trustee Knapp?
Yes?
Trustee Rivers?
Yes.
Trustee Toran?
Next is a discussion regarding now we have an opening for the Board of Zoning Appeals. We do have 2 candidates that have already applied, but for our protocol, I would like to ask the board for consensus just to post it on our website. I'll probably ask the board to consider a new member of the next trustee meeting, but I wanted to share it. And we did have that additional candidate for the zoning commission, and I did ask if he was interested in the Board of Zoning Appeals. So we may be able to move some positions around. An alternate has also requested to become the full-time member too. So, but I just want the board's consensus to post it on our website just so we can get it out there and see if we get any other volunteers.
Yes, and you'll put it on the lister also.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah, that's great.
That's all I have for the zoning report.
Okay, next, is there anything in the maintenance report? Nothing? Okay, park report?
First item on the park report is obsolete. These are the 2 basketball hoops that were removed from Township Hall last year when the new ones were done.
Are there any questions? I move the adoption of the following resolution. Whereas the township has certain use property for which has no value and is not needed for public use, is obsolete, or is unfit for the use for which it was acquired. Now therefore be it resolved that the property listed in Exhibit A of this resolution, incorporated herein by reference as if fully repeated, is found to not be needed for public use, is obsolete, or is unfit for use for which it was acquired, and to have no value. Be it further resolved that such property shall be discarded or salvaged, and the maintenance and parks director or her designee shall oversee its disposal.
Second?
Trustee Knapp?
Yes?
Trustee Rivers?
Yes.
Trustee Toran?
Okay, next item on the agenda is to approve Truco's change order. Change order number 1 is for repricing and then a deduct for some irrigation. And then we did additional electrical around to be able to show movies in the park. We took electric out further to the west side. And then we did not perform the pond liner. The clay was adequate, that we didn't need the pond liner. So the outcome of that change order from the deducts and the adds is $554.43. That was paid out of the allowance in the contract, but it still documents the changes to that.
So who approved this change order? I don't see a signature on here.
It hasn't been approved yet.
So we approved it, but did someone actually document that these changes should be made?
Document,
Like who actually is telling us that we need this work done?
that's Scott and I, when we've been on site and have changed the pond liners.
Don't we usually get something with his signature on it that indicates that he's reviewed these changes and that he would like us to approve them?
But as a consultant, he doesn't come to the trustee meetings like he used to
Right, but we
before he
usually
worked
have
as a
something
contractor.
writing.
Most of this information should show up as backup to his monthly invoices.
I don't receive his monthly invoices. I haven't received a single one.
They're processed through the fiscal office to get the checks signed.
But typically, even on the next one, the Truco Construction, typically he signs somewhere.
Okay, do you want him to sign these? I
Yeah, usually
can have him
It's not
sign
what he
these.
usually
Sure.
does, right?
Yeah.
Both of these, can we just table them to the next meeting?
I can have him sign them. Do you want, he has signed the pay application, just what was sent as backup.
Did he sign- has
He
he
sent
signed?
it, he did sign the pay application.
But it wasn't in our backup.
No, I gave the backup to Mary Ann before he dropped off the signed one, but I had talked to him that day when this was distributed, that he was dropping off a signed one. So I have that signed one, but we had already sent the backup, and to avoid any confusion, the documentation is here, but the signed one will go to the fiscal office.
So has the change order, or the work already been done?
Mm-hmm.
Now, aren't we supposed to approve change orders before the work is done?
As long as it's within the allowance, we've
Yeah.
not done it that way in the past.
Okay, I would like to approve change orders in advance of them being done from now on.
Even the smaller change orders?
Well, this one isn't too bad, but I've seen some others that aren't.
Yeah.
But these, do you have the signed copy with you?
No, I could go get
Could you
it.
get it during, when we're done with your
Sure.
report? Can we just hold off on these two for a few minutes?
Okay.
Okay, and next is public safety report. Chief, anything on there?
Nothing on the report for this evening.
Okay. Next, we have fiscal office report. We have January, February, and March financials. I sent an email to Mr. Spitzer today indicating that we need to receive these financials in a PDF format that's printed so we can search them. He has not provided any financials since January 1st, the entire year. So I'm not going to approve those until we actually get the typical reports that we've been receiving consistently for the last year or so. So I'm going to table that one. Next, we have discussion and possible action regarding a liquor license permit.
Yes, trustee Knapp, this is for, you have the information, it's on Neverland Drive, excuse me. And this is for a new license. And this is to, the board usually just states if they wish to have a hearing or not.
So what is this business? It says Burger M Ohio LLC.
Yeah,
We don't have that.
doing business as Burger Rim, so I'm thinking it's a new business. So I'm not 100% sure, does that sound
Is
familiar?
that not the
29
Asian?
Evelyn didn't ring a bell. I went just on the internet. It's that strip center that Starbucks is in. I have
It's
no
there?
idea what the
Oh.
business is though.
Where the Pizza
You
Hut?
couldn't tell.
Like the
Yeah, Pizza
Pizza
Hut.
is there? Oh.
Yeah, that's the one. It's shocked me too. I thought it was
I don't know
probably
where
one of
that
those
would-
little restaurants.
Yeah, I don't know where that would be.
Yeah, me neither.
So we'll
But
find
that's all I
out.
know about it.
Are there any, does anybody want to,
But thank you. You really did.
do we have a consensus to not request a hearing? Trustee Rivers? Consensus?
Okay. No hearing?
No hearing.
Thank you, trustees.
And then next we have discussion and possible action regarding the appointment of, and compensation for assistant fiscal officer, and the resignation of the assistant fiscal officer. So I'm going to table those to the next meeting. Mr. Spitzer is not here to speak on this. Next we have purchase orders. We have Jefferson Health Plan. Are there any questions? I make a motion to authorize the issuance of a purchase order to Jefferson Health Plan in the amount of $200,000 for medical premium.
Second?
Trustee Knapp?
Yes?
Trustee Rivers?
Yes.
Trustee Toran?
The next purchase order is for Isaac Wiles, Burkholder and Peter LLC for $30,000. Mr. Bodnar, is it correct that our actual bills at this point that we've received are around $11,500?
Correct.
Okay, so I'd like to do a purchase order for just $15,000 for now, because I don't think we're going to go much above that. Is that okay with you, Trustee Rivers? I make a motion to authorize the issuance of a purchase order to Isaac Wiles, Burkholder and Peter LLC in the amount of $15,000 for legal services.
Second?
Trustee Knapp?
Yes?
Trustee Rivers?
Yes.
Trustee Toran?
And Mr. Bodnar, do you know what our current balance is with Mr. Kim Official House?
It's right just north of $8,800.
Okay.
$8,800.
Okay. I would like to go ahead and just make that $10,000 for now, if that's okay with you, Trustee Rivers. I make a motion to authorize the issuance of a purchase order to Vishal Haas, Kim Albrecht Downey in the amount of $10,000 for legal services.
Second?
Trustee Knapp?
Yes?
Trustee Rivers?
Yes.
Trustee Toran?
So next we're old business,
Yes.
item A. Is that Ms.
I'm
Hughes?
sorry, old business. I have not heard back from the county engineer's office. I've left them a couple messages questioning purchase order, or, the change order for the duck banks. I think that's where the discrepancy is, but I've not heard back from them yet.
So should we just table that?
Yes, please.
Okay. And then next is the race penguin agreement. I'm just gonna go ahead and table that because I don't think we have any further information on.
Well, I think we were planning with the Vets Memorial and having a group involved with that also, reviewing some stuff with the Race Penguin and the run, because the two are kind of tied together as far as if we're expanding or having more involved with the project. And I haven't seen any new updates. I know there are some different thoughts on what to do with the run. And I think all that's still pending from what I've been told.
Well, for A and B, they've been on the agenda for a little while. Do we want to remove them, and then when we're ready for action, we'll put them back
Yeah,
on the
I'd like
agenda?
to do that.
Let's
just
remove them.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, next we have executive session. Let's see. I'll just read both of them. I make a motion to go into executive session to consider the appointment, employment, dismissal, discipline, promotion, demotion, or compensation of a public employee or official, and to conference with attorneys for the public body concerning disputes involving the public body that are the subject of pending or imminent court action. Invited to attend are Ms. Shedron, right? You need to go back, right? Ms. Hugh, Mr. Bodnar, Mr. McCarthy? Anybody else? Chief?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Not tonight.
Is there a second?
Trustee Knapp?
Yes?
Trustee Rivers?
Yes.
Trustee Toran?
Okay, we'll be back in just a few minutes.
It's the first meeting of the month.
I was going to have.
Yes.
Department heads are here the first meeting of the month.
Oh, really? motion to return to the regular session.
Second?
Trustee Knapp?
Yes?
Trustee Rivers?
Yes.
Trustee Triano?
Okay, next on the agenda is administrative, it's a new business, discussion and possible action regarding township administrator contract. So I'm very pleased to announce that we were able to reach an agreement with Mr. Bodnar to extend his contract for 2 years, and we're giving him a raise and signing a new contract, an extra week of vacation, and he is worth every penny that we pay him, and you've brought so much to the township in the 2 years you've been here, and I wouldn't replace you with anybody else.
Those are very kind words, Trustee Knapp. Thank you very much. I'll do my best to live up to them.
And I second that. And thank you for all your hard work and all that you do.
Yes.
Thank you, Trustee Rivers. It's my pleasure and honor.
Keeps on top of everything, you work hard. I make a motion to approve the employment contract. Whereas the Orange Township Board of Trustees hired Lee Bodnar as Township Administrator in 2016, and whereas Administrator Bodnar was employed under a 2-year employment contract commencing in 2016, and whereas the board desires to retain Administrator Bodnar and execute a new employment contract, and whereas the board desires to enter into the attached employment contract with Mr. Bodnar, specifying the terms and conditions of his continuing employment. Now therefore be resolved by the Board of Trustees of Orange Township that Section 1, the board hereby approves the attached employment contract with Lee Bodnar in order to retain Mr. Bodnar as Township Administrator. The employment contract and all its terms will be effective as of May 31st, 2018. Section 2, the board delegates its authority to execute the attached employment contract to Trustee Lisa Knapp, giving her authority to sign the contract on the board's behalf. Section 3, all formal actions of this board concerning and relating to the passage of this resolution were adopted in an open meeting of the board, and all deliberations of this board and of any of its committees that resulted in such formal action were in meetings open to the public in compliance with all legal requirements, including RC 121.22. Section 4, this resolution shall be in full force and effect immediately upon adoption. There's a second?
Second?
Trustee Knapp?
Yes?
Trustee Rivers?
Yes.
Trustee Triano?
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
And then we have the 2 pending items, Ms. Hughes' items. She has provided me with a signed copy by Mr. Overturf for the one pay application. I make a motion to authorize change order number 1 to Truco for North Road Park Phase 1 in the amount of $544.43.
Second?
Trustee Knapp?
Yes.
Trustee Rivers?
Yes.
Trustee Triano?
I make a motion to authorize a change order in number 2 for Truco for North Road Park Phase 1 in the amount of $2,549.65.
Second?
Trustee Rivers? Oh, excuse me, Trustee Knapp. I'm sorry.
Yes?
Trustee Rivers?
Yes.
Trustee Triano?
Okay, next, under the last item we have is under new business, discussion of the county's IT contract. I'm
I'm sorry, did you do the pay application and both change orders?
I do this one?
I think you need to pay it.
Oh, I'm sorry, I missed the pay application. I make a motion to authorize the release of payment to Truco for pay application number 8 in the amount of $86,578.59 for North Road Park.
Second?
Trustee Knapp?
Yes?
Trustee Rivers?
Yes.
Trustee Triano?
Okay, next, the IT contract, a couple months ago, our fiscal officer phoned me to tell me he was going to be firing his employee, Patty Lewis. She was currently under medical leave, and she also had an EOC complaint pending. So in order to protect the township, I undertook actions to hire her to work for the trustees, thinking that would be a resolution to a situation which could have cost us hundreds of thousands of dollars. I thought that Mr. Spitzer did not care to employ Ms. Lewis anymore, and I was going to hire her under us. Well, as soon as we did that, the fiscal officer Spitzer, with malintent, made numerous negative comments and false accusations about County IT Director Steve Lewis, who is Patty Lewis's husband. In fact, he went on an all-out war against him simply because we hired his wife to work for us. Unfortunately, County Auditor George Keitsa has informed the township that the county plans to not renew its contract with us at this time unless Mr. Spitzer retracts his statements and his false accusations. Unfortunately, our important projects, including the document imaging program, stream of live video of trustee meetings, and access to security camera footage, has been delayed. If the contract is not renewed, not only will it cost the township hundreds of thousands of dollars over the years, it will also cost us a very important working relationship with Delaware County. In any event, our relationship has been hurt, and this has cost the township months of stress and work. So we had just hired Ms. Lewis to actually implement our document imaging program. So we're not able at this time to proceed with that. We're not able to work on any project. The contract expires in October, so we're basically in a holding pattern currently, and we are not even sure if we're going to be renewing in October. So I would like, and this is very unfortunate that this has occurred, and I would like to ask Mr. Bodnar if he is able, if he has any updates on that situation.
I do not have any updates at this point in time.
Okay, Trustee Rivers? Have any information? Okay, so I would, do you plan to work with the county on some kind of resolution?
I will seek a resolution with the county, Trustee Knapp.
Okay, because we have 3 months to get this, to get a new provider or to solve this problem. And without that, we'll have no IT provider. And like I said, all of our projects are being delayed. And can you provide us an update at the next meeting?
I will do my best, yes.
All right, thanks. Is there any other, Ms.
Could you mind if I ask a question about that?
Certainly.
So does Lisa Kraft, 2181 Barnett Court, does that mean all our data, do they warehouse all your data too?
We would not lose the data, but they do.
But you're gonna have to find another provider for that?
Yep.
How about antivirus, security, everything?
Every single thing. And right now, the cost of the contract is very low. They basically provide it at a very low rate. The employees are very responsive. We have a great relationship with the commissioners who hire, who provide the budget for that department. And this could cost us so much money and really ruin a lot of things. And we've got 3 months left to fix this. And I'm extremely, I'm very worried about it.
Do we have any feel for, is this going to go the way of staying with the county, or do we think we're going to have to go outside for this? Do you have a feel one way or the other?
I'm not sure. Mr. Bodnar is trying to work something out, but when I've talked to, from what I've seen and talked to people at the county, many of them, even regardless, what George Keitsa is asking for is that Spitzer withdraw his statements about Steve Lewis. He filed a criminal complaint against him, and they did an investigation and found that nothing wrong had occurred, but it caused tremendous stress for all of us. So at this point, there are some people that are in favor of not renewing it all, just get rid of it, be done with Orange Township. There are, George Keitsa has said, and I'm not sure if this is binding, but he says if Spitzer withdraws all the statements and the criminal complaint, that he will proceed possibly with us, maybe leaving the fiscal officer department out, but I don't know how that would work. So it's really disastrous.
Yeah, it is. So what happens in the interim? Is there a plan B right now in motion as far as putting this out for bid is not a small deal.
No.
And it's a costly deal. So is there a plan B for that right now, or is that all on hold while we wait on your discussions with the county?
It's all on hold, and that's why I wanted to put it on the agenda, because we have no time to waste. If we need to get this all taken care of, the day the contract ends, the day we have no support, everything is, so it's gonna take at least 3 months to get someone in place. So I need a hard commitment from the county or Mr. Spitzer or somebody within 2 weeks, whether we're going to proceed with this or whether we're gonna have to find a new IP. So it's a very urgent matter, and I'm very concerned.
Yeah, as you
Right.
should have, yes. As a resident, I'm concerned.
Yeah.
So that's not a small deal.
We can't just bring a person in and take over everything, and the things on the server, and the email, and the workstations, they handle everything, and they've done such a good job. We've gone through, I've been with the township for 20 years, we've gone through numerous IT providers and different little groups, and we've always had problems. I can't think of a single problem I've had with Mr. Lewis or his department. They fix their problems, they're just awesome. Plus the working relationship, so it's a real shame.
It is. All right, thank you
Thank
for
you.
clarifying.
Can I get a question in?
Sure.
How does that affect Patty Lewis if there's nothing for her to do?
What does she do in the meantime?
And you're Tony Brockton.
I am Tony Brockton with the Delaware Gazette.
Just to make sure you're on the record. Well, she actually has a lot of other things she's working on now, so she's able to prepare at this point for implementing everything. So she has enough work, but unfortunately, if this were to delay, it could take us several more months after. If we had to sign a new contract, it could delay that, and she wouldn't be able to work on it for months. So she has a lot of work to do right now, but that is a possibility that, you know, we could have several months where she was not working on the downtown imaging if this gets stretched out too
Would that be a
long.
layoff or what?
Well, I'm not sure about that now, but interestingly, that could be a direct repercussion of Mr. Spitzer's actions could end up hurting the same employee that, you know, it could be bad. So we haven't looked that far. I'm confident or hopeful that something could be worked out. But she's doing a great job. Any more questions? Dean? Okay, go ahead and adjourn the meeting. Oh, Tony's a member of the crowd. That was a first.